Hi there, everyone. Just wanted to talk to you about falsehood. What's been coming up for me a lot recently is the falsehood within this world. So, media, portraying on TV, programs, Hollyoaks, EastEnders, all of those programs. I used to watch them. I no longer do. So, yeah, how they portray society, and I know it's on a drama, it's not real, but it impacts, you can see that it impacts, you can see on society. It's same as these game stations, all the war games, things like that, how it actually impacts on your life. It's not only stealing life from you, true life, it's teaching you falsehood. And I think it creates that it's okay to treat somebody like this. It's okay to be like this towards somebody else, because it's out there, it's everywhere. Even in as governments, war. I don't believe these things. Well, I know that these things are of God now. When you come to the truth, and continuing on your journey, it's not an overnight thing. It continues to happen. You're taught and you're shown the falsehood, the lies, and how it's a total opposite of the truth of Almighty God. So media, television, how they portray that. But one of the things that I've noticed that's very derogatory recently, my daughter has a partner who listens to this music a lot, and it's all this rap. I don't want to say all those words that they come out with, but very derogatory, and very derogatory towards women. And I'm noticing that a lot recently. There's a lot of that division between men and women. And I've been there through going through all the hurt, abuse and things like that. And I'm not saying it's only women, because I know that men suffer abuse too. But we're looking at statistics, and statistics are 4-1. So more men abuse than women. I think it's a control thing. It's an aspect of feeling that need to control, to remain. I don't know whether it's a power thing, a power struggle within people that do these things. I know that we've all got issues. I see that. Most of us, we're very lucky if we get through life without being scathed or scarred in some way, shape or form. Fortunate, sorry, not lucky. Very fortunate, blessed. But then also I do know that the Lord doesn't use partiality. There's no favouritism there. I think, good and bad things happen to both good and bad people, so to speak. But that's the other thing. I think one of the main messages of Jesus Christ was, and I'm learning this every day, to forgive. That was a struggle. It was a massive struggle, and still is when some of the emotions and feelings are coming up. I think it's forgiving others and forgiving yourself as well. I think that's part of the battle, is forgiving yourself. But I started to look at patterns in behaviour of how I was being. I noticed that it's not only how I've been affected, but also how you then affect others, intentionally or unintentionally. I think when something hurts you, it's like anything. If there's an animal in the wild and it's hurt, or an animal at all that's hurt and injured, it's going to put up its defences. It's a natural thing to do when you've been hurt, when you've been betrayed, when you've been lied to, when you've been taught things that aren't true. And then when you see that, you're kind of like, well, this has come from somewhere. It started somewhere. And I think we all know where the source of that is. But yeah, the falsehood that's out there, just that we have to look a certain way. We have to, that was a massive thing at one point. And I sympathise, and I've got empathy for those that are on the other end. So, those in media, it must be a struggle to have to live up to that. So it impacts on both sides. I think I can see now, I believe I can see now, that the things that we sometimes create, or that are created in this world, really aren't not for our greater good. Certainly not for the truth. Yeah, it's a difficult one. I think for me,